Alright, first and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the Akim Mother, pushing his gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom to the humble and sincere sisters out there as well. Come now with this lesson today on the Sabbath, because one of the laws is to remember the Sabbath, to keep the Sabbath day, and the scriptures should explain itself and what we ought to do on the Sabbath day and things like that, and when is the Sabbath, because a lot of Israelites so-called believe that the Sabbath is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, where in reality it didn't have any Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the Bible. You understand? And the scriptures show us how we ought to tell time. So let me start in the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 1. See, thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day the Most High ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And the Most High blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which the Most High created and made. Now we understand that the word God, it goes back to the word Alahayim, which means the powers, rulers, judges, so we understand the structure where the Most High, created his only begotten Yahushai, and then Yahushai created us, and it was through Yahushai and the elect, did the work of the Most High to create what he wanted. But still all glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right, but that's our next. It will be for our next video. So it's showing here that the seventh day the Most High sanctified it. Right, because in it he had rested from all his work which he had created and made. Right, so the seventh day is a day of rest. Alright, a day it also means goes into completion. But it's a day of rest. And we see here in the book of Genesis talking about a 7th day of rest. Because people believe that the law is the law of Moses and that the law done away with. So everything before Moses, the chosen didn't live by the Most High's word. As if only up until Moses we understood these things. You understand? And it's not so. Adam kept the law. Noah kept the law. Abraham, all these, they kept the law. They understood what was clean beasts, unclean beasts. They understood the day of rest. They understood these things, Because something that you have a law, you have the Moses law, and then you have a law of faith. They act like if it's two different things. As the scriptures say, I will show you my faith by my works. You understand? The book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 8 it say, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Most High thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy maidservant, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Most High made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Therefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Right? So we know that the wages of sin is death, and that the Most High commands us to keep the law. So this is something that we have to keep. Right? The Sabbath day of rest, no work to be done within that day. You understand? And Yahushua, he came and he taught even more information on the Sabbath, where there's not wrong to help somebody on the Sabbath day. It's not wrong to heal and do the works on the Sabbath day. As they would, when he roughly paraphrasing, think it was if a sheep was to fall into a ditch, if you wouldn't help your brother out because of the Sabbath, So we see here that the Sabbath is required, right? To keep, to keep in the law, to keep all the laws, not just part of the law. Right? But the next problem here now is, when is the Sabbath? Some believe it's Sunday, some believe Friday sundown, Saturday sundown. But the truth is that the Sabbath is based on the moon. It's based on a new moon. And then it comes 7 days from that, and so you keep the Sabbath until the next new moon arrives, and then you complete the cycle all over again. And to prove this, go into the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 13, because the scriptures don't have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in this book. Here we see Genesis 1 verse 13, it says, on the evening and the morning of the third day. Verse 14, and the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, for days and years. Right? So the lights in the firmament, right? The lights in the sky are for signs, for seasons, for days and years. People believe that the sun is what does give the earth light, and that is not true. But that is, I don't want to go off topic. But here, sun and the moon, right? The lights in the firmament were given unto us to tell time. Days, years, seasons, and then that is time. That's what we tell time. So you ask yourself, if you were to check the Sabbath, how else would you know when the Sabbath is? Right? Obviously, you have to use the moon. That's the only way to tell time. You understand? You use the lights, as the scriptures say, the lights in the firmament are used to tell time. Alright, and talk further, go into that. We go to Isaiah chapter 66 verse 23. It says, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, say the Most High. So the scripture you could easily see that connection. Say from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another. It is an easy connection, right? You realize it didn't say from one Friday sundown to Saturday sundown to another. You understand? The scriptures are clean cut. The new moon, it associate the new moon and the Sabbath here, right? The feast, because that is the way to tell when the Sabbath is going to be. I'll go back to Genesis 1 verse 13. Verse 14, it says, the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Right? So the Sabbath is based on the new moon. Right? That's how you check the Sabbath. That's how you know when the Sabbath is. And on the Sabbath day is a day of rest. Alright, a day unto the Most High. Because of the Most High sanctifying the 7th day when all the work was completed, all creation was completed. Right, and I hope this lesson was edifying, giving all praises and glory unto the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, Shalom.